Hey, beauties. Good evening to you. As I was watching the news and the reporters were interviewing the gang leader, former ex police, ex cop in Haiti, who basically, unofficially seeming to be running the country while the prime minister is out and somehow cannot get in. And, it's really a protest, a very hard protest. The news reporter said basically that, he has now joined, ex police has now become gang leader, basically he has gone rogue and pulled away from the status quo and decided that, and in interviewing him, he said that they're not going to stop until they get rid of corrupt politicians. So the prime minister better call an election, and they were showing clippings of these, masked men and probably women burning some things and so on and really wreaking havoc in the country, but not wreaking havoc because they want to tear down the country. He said that he has no plans to travel anywhere. He loves his country just like how people in America and Canada love their country. He loves his country, and I can understand that. As a Jamaican, I love my country, Jamaica. As decadent as it may be, as dark as it may be, as grim and dim as it may be, I love my country, Jamaica. It's, I fail to believe that we all need to live in order to make it for ourselves financially. There has to be that somewhat of a loophole. It sounds really bad to say this, but what I'm forced to even say it. There must be, and when I say forced to say this, meaning it should have been the order of the day for people to make it successfully in this country without doing anything illegal. And when I talk about loophole, by that token, I'm talking about there must be some legitimate way that is hidden under a bushel for me and for other people to make it financially, socially, and other ways so that we can pass that baton on to other people, leave treasures for our children's children, our children's children as well. We're tired of the curses that seem to befall this country. And many of the politicians, you better be glad you are lucky. I don't know if I would want to say the word blessed, but you're lucky that Jamaicans are not like that ex-police. Those men are totally different, Them say allegiance, them say devotion, them say loyalty. And when them say enough is enough, they really and truly mean it. When they say enough is certainly enough, they mean it. You look at that Jamaicans are totally different. I think one of the sad realities with us, I think what has caused us not to be like that in a sense, is that the sense of loyalty and devotion is not, it's not inherent, unfortunately. You may have a generation where you'll find people like that, but somehow it was not passed down successfully. There's a problem with Jamaica that we don't have good succession planning. And I think that is one of the major downfalls of our country in terms of succession planning. So you find that you may have a generation where they will not sit down and take, the foolishness from corrupt politicians. They will not sit down and take bad leadership from politicians. And then after that, you find that the generations after that, they will watch themselves suffer like the children of Israel until Moses and Aaron comes and say, hey, we're going to free you because God says it's time for you to be freed. Consider them still never even cross over into the promised land because they were so tainted, tattered, and torn within, so broken that they couldn't be mended, and God had to wipe out that old generation, and now the newer one. 2 from the old generation crossed over, Caleb and Joshua. And that's what's going to happen in probably in our country. Very few will so-called cross over because many people are tainted. Politicians, you better thank your lucky duck. I can't say thank God. Honestly, although God may allow things, it may not be his perfect will. Because had many Jamaicans or even a select few that are movers and shakers, let me tell you, it would not be pretty. With the level of aggression that we have here in this country, it would not be pretty if many of us were similar to that ex-police officer who so-called has gone rogue by I won't say the world standards, by by whoever standards, because a man say enough is enough. I'm sick of this foolishness. I'm sick of the difficulties in different ways. All right, we're going to take it to now. So if you want to make on vigilante, rogue, or whatever, so be it. But we're not going to change. We're not going to back down until things change for the better. How can you have 5% of people wealthy while the rest 95% of us just doing poorly? And it's the same thing here in Jamaica. 90 to 95% of the people are not doing well, while 5 to 10%. I just put it the 5 to the 10% because I'm not sure. Maybe around that. At best, 10% of people are financially well off, while the other 90 is suffering. They're suffering. You better say, thank you, lucky duck. You can't thank God, because God doesn't bless ugly. He does not bless ugly. He allows things for a while for his glory and for his honor. He doesn't bless ugly. It's just that his timing and our timing are two different things, because he says his ways and his thoughts are above ours. Sometimes we cannot understand why evil continues for such a long time. David said, Lord, oh, the evil and the wicked, them just are prosper so. In the morning you're fresh and you're blooming, but in the evening you wither away. That's what's going to happen to many of you. You better thank God that Jamaicans are not like that Haitian police officer, because I don't like it at all. Because the push where the people am getting a push. They push. I hear even, they're defending the 100%, 200%, 300% increase, talking about, it will attract, bright minds and so on in terms of politics. Where are the bright minds? Where's the attracting of bright minds in politics? Tell me where. I same old me seeing there. Who, unless a nephew or a brother or uncle or a niece or a cousin jump on board. But where are the bright minds that are being attracted? Look at the condition of the public sector workers' salaries. So the president came out, the president of the Jamaica Civil Service Association, saying that they've been trying. They should have had a meeting in January. We're now in March, and up to now, to renegotiate whatever it is, so that they can get back, retro on the passenger mileage, subsistence, and other little things, salaries, different things as it relates to money. And everything just falls through. Cannot seem to materialize. You better lucky politicians that Jamaicans are not like the Haitians. When you couldn't take the, you see what you do? When you couldn't take that the chance with them, the Haitian men and women there, Lord have mercy. Hey. At a surf, you could not take that chance. I true Jamaicans very different. Them only have strength for one another, for trace and cuss and kill one another. But as soon as them see seemingly big wig, they cower. Say they're not true leaders. And that's why they're easily manipulated. Not true leaders. Them the Haitian, if them have dead, them have them say for dirt or dirt. And they mean it. Not Jamaicans, they love their life. They want to live till them son them. And the worst part, them not live till them son them. Them all dead same way, quick too. Many of them not live till them son them. You better lucky politicians. You're lucky. That's all me can say. You're lucky. Guys, follow me on TikTok. subscribe to my YouTube channel.